Good morning, class. Today we are going to cover one of the most fundamental topics in biology, reproduction in plant. This is the process plants use to create new individuals and ensure their species survives. Now, the plant kingdom is massive, ranging from tiny green algae in ponds to giant redwood trees. To make sense of it, we split them into two journal groups of this lesson: lower plants and higher plants. So, in the lower plants, think like algae, fungi, mosses. Do you know where mosses come? In which kingdom you have learned? Bryophyta. Or you can also say bryophytes. And ferns. Ferns are petridophytes. These are simpler in structure. They often lack true roots, stem, or leaves. Okay. Now the higher plants. These are the more complex and vascular plants. Okay. This includes cone. Okay. This includes cone bearing plants like pines. Do you know where pines is known? Gymnosperms. Okay. And the most importantly, all the flowering plants, angiosperms. Okay. We write a point to importantly all the flowering plants. Angiosperm. And we see them every day, like in flowers. Okay. Do you all know what is the biggest difference in the reproduction? I think so. You don't know. Like lower plants are often tied to water for reproduction, while higher plants have evolved to be water independent. Okay. Now I will teach you how they are. Okay. Sexual reproduction is also known as the cloning method. This is the simplest way. It only involves one parent and create genetically identical offsprings. Okay. Now we will come to next topic, fragmentation. This is very common. Okay, a piece of plant like Sprague and algae. Okay, it's also an algae breaks off and that pieces simply grows into a new complete individual. It's just because of fragmentation. Okay. Now next topic, spore formation. This is crucial. Plant like ferns, mosses and fungi produce tiny tough single-celled spores. These are like dust only. Okay, the wind or water carries them away. Okay, if a spore lands in a moist, suitable environment, it germinates and grows into a new plant. Remember, a spore is a simple structure, not a seed. Okay, because लाइक एनडीए के जो लोग होते हैं वो आपको कंफ्यूज करेंगे कि स्पोर क्या है, सीड है या फिर स्ट्रक्चर है. तो आप सीधे बताना है उनको कि a spore is a simple structure, not a seed. Okay. Now we will start with sexual reproduction. Okay. They are the water dependent method. Okay. Lower plants also reproduce sexually to create genetic variation. But here's the catch I mentioned. Okay. They produce male and female gametes like sex cell, male and female gametes, sex cells. In mosses and ferns, the like male gametes are the male gametes are antheriozoid. Okay, and it is flagellated. Okay, and it has a small tall, and it must swim to reach the female gamete egg. Gamete egg. Okay. Now next topic, the moose life cycle. Okay. So now we have learned sexual reproduction. So this is why you always find mosses and ferns in damp and shady places. Without a film of water, even just a morning dew, okay, the reproduction cannot be completed. This water dependency is a major limiting factor. This can be asked in NEET exam also. Please mark it. Now we will start with flowers and cones in higher plants. Now the higher plants, they solve the water problem. They also have both asexual and sexual method, but they are more and more advanced. Okay. We will start with asexual reproduction, vegetative propagation. We call this vegetative propagation. The plants use the vegetative parts like a root, stem, or leaf to make a new plant. Like naturally, you have seen all this. A potato is a stem, a tuber that grows eyes or buds. Okay, ginger is an underground stem, rhizomes that sprouts. Strawberry plants send out runnels, stolon, that grows new plantlets. And do you know that sometimes you also have seen artificial vegetative propagation in like cutting. We cut a piece of stem from a rose or a sugar cane and plant it. And do you know it grows very properly? You have seen in farmers or in where you go nursery. You have seen them. Okay. Next, next is grafting. Okay, we attach the buds of desired apple variety on the rootstock of another. I will give you some best example. So I will give a grafting example on the notes. So this is the to differentiate in how vegetative propagation is done naturally and artificial. This is mainly asked in NEET also. Please underline and mark them. So now we are starting with main topic, sexual reproduction, the water independent method. Okay, for this, please keep away your notebooks, your pen, your everything. Just now you have to just listen it very properly because it's very important. Okay, just listen and I'm going to give you notes and everything, so don't worry. Okay, so this is the main event and the star of the show is flower. It sounds funny, but it's really important. The flower is the specialized reproductive organ of the angiosperm because it's really important. If the flower is not made, you cannot get fruits. So it's just like that. The flower, it has male and female parts. The stamen is a male part. It has anther on top that produce pollen, and pollen grains contains the male gametes. Okay? and I am going to give everything in notes. Don't worry. Okay, don't make notes anything. Just you have to listen it properly. The pistil or a carper is the female part. It has sticky stigma at the top to catch pollen, a style, and an ovary at the bottom. Inside the ovary are the ovules, which contains the female gametes, the egg. Okay, so these were the two part of the flower which has male and female gametes. So please remember the name. Okay, now we will start with second point, pollination. Pollination in bee and wind. This is the major and first major innovation. The plants need to get the pollen from the stamen to a stigma. How? But not with water, but with pollinators. Biotically, bees, birds, bats, and butterflies are attracted by a bright petals, nectars, and scents. And abiotically, wind common in grasses and many trees, or rarely water in some aquatic plants. Okay, now the main topic, fertilization, the pollen tube. Okay, this is the second major innovation and it's really brilliant. When a pollen grain lands on the correct stigma, it does not swim. It grows a tiny pollen tube all the way down the style and into a ovule. Okay, the male gametes travel safely inside a tube, completely protected. No water is needed for the fertilization. It happens automatically when the male gametes go inside. Okay, in flowering plants, something unique happens called double fertilization. Okay, one male gamete fuses with the egg to create a zygote, which becomes the embryo. The second male gamete fuses with other cell to create endosperm. This becomes the food supply for the embryo. It's such a unique process for flowers. In this fourth point, seed and fruit. This is the final product. After fertilization, the ovule begins and develop into the seed. The seed is a baby plant in a box with its lunch. Okay, it has the embryo. Okay, the endosperm, food, and a tough protective coat. Okay, the seed has a protective coat for its protection. The ovary, the wall around the ovules, ripens and develops into a fruit. The fruit job is to protect the seed and help them disappear. Example, like by being eaten by a animal or insects. Okay, the now this topic is finished. We will have a summary. So I have made this table in your notes also. Please copy that. And it's really important and very like short term summary for you all.